Hi guys, so in this video, this is my final day in the US. So I'm just going to discuss some final observations and talking about how once you get to a certain age in the US, you virtually become invisible. And this may be the same in other countries, Australia, Canada, wherever. So stick around, we will discuss it. So I kind of hit up one of my last spots that I was kind of had on my list as far as a craving, and that would be a Chipotle restaurant, and I had a burrito bowl, steak and guac and a bottle of water. It cost me $15 US. And so I just wanted to give some final observations. I'm actually waiting for check-in time. I dropped my sons off back at their house. A little bit of a teary goodbye, you know, until next time I'm out, as soon as I can get out again, which will be, you know, within the year for sure. So I'm going to check into the hotel and then just kind of chill out the rest of the day. And I've had some friends, they wanted me to buy them different things, you know, to take back, and I've got some things. I even got Maya Samsung Galaxy smartwatch. We both like Samsung Galaxy. I ended up getting one and a new phone with T-Mobile. And by the way, my T-Mobile plan is about $50 a month. It's the Go 5G Military Plus plan, which includes international, and so it's just it's perfect, you know. And I got my license, and credit cards are all taken care of. I opened up a Charles Schwab account, so everything is kind of worked out well. It really was a good trip. Some of the things that I really enjoyed was the weather. The weather has been like 50s, 60s, and low 70s. Kind of ideal, to be honest with you, because we were kind of going through like a heat wave in the Philippines with the El Nino, and it was just kind of insane, the hot weather we were having. I understand it's kind of cooling off now. It's kind of dipping into rainy season, so the rain is coming, and with that, things cool off a little bit. So some observations, guys. Other than it being very expensive here, and you can live so much less expensive in the Philippines, the women here, just want to make an observation that they're not feminine anymore. They walk around, they look like a bunch of drunken sailors and truck drivers. I mean, they dress in basketball shorts, and they just dress, I don't know, it's just not feminine anymore, you know. When I grew up in the 80s, girls wore mini skirts and teased their hair to the moon and put on their makeup, and now it's just kind of gone. Women just they have masculine tendencies here, you know. They're just very unfeminine, and good Lord, I don't know. I knew we had a weight issue in the US and obesity and things like that, and I'm not poking fun at anybody who's struggling with weight, but good gosh, there are some really big people, really big. I mean, it's a large amount of the population's overweight. It's scary, to be honest. I saw a guy, my sons wanted a donut, and so we went into Dunkin' Donut. I didn't even get a donut. I just bought them each one donut apiece, and this guy and his wife, and they were both, God, they both must have been 300 pounds apiece. They bought a box of 24 donuts, two dozen donuts. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, they're taking them home to their family or whatever. They actually sat there and ate all 24 donuts at the donut shop while I was sitting there with my sons while they had one donut. And I'm thinking to myself, how do you do that to yourself? I just don't get it. So anyway, the other thing is I notice once you get to a certain age, and somebody made a comment on my last video about this, they said that once you get to a certain age, nobody's really that friendly to you. You're kind of invisible, and I tend to agree with that. I think, and if you do say hi to a young person, I would imagine you're kind of like looked at strangely, or it's kind of creepy or something, and it's just total night and day difference from the Philippines. So anyway, I'm gonna go check into the hotel, and I will finish off with the rest of my observations here. I'm totally stuffed with Chipotle. I don't even know if I'll do dinner, and it's already just noon. We'll see, maybe just a snack. Anyway, I'll check back in with you when I get to the hotel. Alright guys, all checked in. They let me check in a little bit early. I'm really just going to chill out in the room, watch a little Netflix, and just kind of rest up, because that trip back is really a draining, long journey. Now the trip here was Dumaguete to Manila, Manila to Taipei, Taiwan, and Taiwan to Los Angeles, and then Los Angeles to Minneapolis. And when I was coming here in Los Angeles, I was delayed by 11 hours. Now, they put me up in a hotel, free shuttle to the hotel, 2 meal vouchers, and $100 credit for Sun Country Airlines. And so they well made up for it, and it actually worked out to be okay, because I got to shower and rest up and then go off, and then I arrived in Minneapolis fresh and was able to see my sons, already energized and ready to go. Now, on the way back, it's kind of crazy. I'm going through Minneapolis to Edmonton, Canada to Vancouver, Canada, Vancouver to Korea, Incheon, and Incheon to Manila, and then Manila to Dumaguete. So quite a long journey back as well. This time I'm flying Korean Airlines, and the first time I think I was on Ava, and those are both good airlines that I recommend. Ava and Korean Airlines, both good ones. Next time out, I will definitely do a more direct flight, even if I got to pay the extra money. I don't care. I think it's worth it, so I will be doing that. And yeah, so what's crazy is most of my hotel rooms here in the US, I've been paying over $100 per night, and this one is around 90. I think you add the taxes, it's over 100. And most of these hotel rooms, I'm thinking in the Philippines, are probably around 30 to 40 per night. And if you were out in Vietnam or Thailand, maybe 20, 25 even. So, I mean, it's amazing, the price difference. The other thing that I really like about the Philippines is just the ease of travel to go to Thailand, Korea, Taiwan, Vietnam, Malaysia, Cambodia, Singapore. It's just all right there for you to travel, and you're in all these different cultures. Now, granted, in the US, if you were down in Florida or California, you can get over to Mexico, or you can get from Florida, you can get over to the Bahamas and Barbados and different Caribbean islands like that fairly easily. But still, for me, I really feel like a fish out of water here. In fact, most of my trip here, I'm not used to the tap and go or insert your card thing. Everything in the Philippines is you hand your card, if they even take card. It's mainly a cash society, but I'm so used to handing my card over and they swipe it and they do all the things. There is no tap and go. There's no insert your card. And I'm going to these places and the lady's like, just tap your card. And I'm like, where am I tapping it? I must sound like a total idiot because I don't even know where to put the card. And every place I'm going, they bring the machine out to you and you just tap it, to pay it. I mean, it's super convenient, but also I find it more dangerous because you really don't keep track of your spending as much as like in the Philippines, which is a cash society where you have the cash in your pocket and you take it out and spend it, and you know what's left, you know what's in your pocket. You're not having to pull up your app and look, okay, I just spent this much and this is what's left in my account. So I've actually kind of grown kind of fond of the cash society, to be honest. It's just easier to keep track of your finances. But I'll end it like this again. I think for the older generation, I'm not talking about guys in their 30s, even maybe their early 40s, but once you get 50s, 60s, and so on, you really do kind of become invisible in the West. You know, you really hardly exist except for the cashier and the salesperson or whatever. Other than that, you're just kind of invisible. You know, that's kind of my feel on it. The U.S. kind of feels a little bit cold to me. It's not that they're unfriendly people. Maybe they're just stressed out, or for various reasons. The women just don't look feminine to me anymore. The way they dress, the way they conduct themselves. You know, when I grew up in the 80s, I'm sure a lot of you guys can attest to this, that, you know, like I said, you know, they spent 2 hours in the mirror doing their hair, teasing it all the way up, makeup on, mini skirts and nice blouses and so on and so forth. So anyway, that's my final thoughts. By the time you guys have watched this video, I'll be on an airplane, probably on an airplane, and I'll be heading back to the Philippines. So a few days from this video, guys, I will probably do a live stream or something, and I'll be back in the Philippines producing Philippines content again. So thank you guys for coming along with me on my journey back to the US and back to your regular TV programming in the Philippines. See you guys next time. Ciao.